stuck in traffic for an hour now. Yeah, thank you, I'm aware. So I'm stuck in traffic and I figured I might as well make the most of this, I guess, and do a little bit of a video blog. There's been something on my mind for the last little bit, and it's been coming up a lot with a lot of different people, but it's always something that seems to get totally thrown out. Even my coaches, I notice, don't seem to focus this a lot with their new lifters, which I think is really unfortunate because we're having these new lifters that are coming out, and I mean, I myself is a new lifter, but I had coaches that really drilled this idea into my head from the beginning. Basically, lifting heavy is fucking easy. It's easy to lift fucking heavy. I mean, any person who's really into powerlifting, at least moderately, is usually naturally somewhat inclined to being strong, or farm strong, is what I like to call it. So moving fucking heavy weights isn't hard. It's not hard moving that kind of weight. So why go out there and constantly, why hire a coach if you're just going to change your fucking plan? You're paying somebody to do your fucking programming and you're completely not even following it, and that programming has a purpose. Like, yeah, I can go out there and fucking hit PRs every time I'm in the gym, but that's fucking easy. That's the easy part. The hard part is sticking to a program, is being disciplined, is being a good mental lifter where you know that you can and you don't because it's not a part of the program. I stick to my fucking program to a T. My coach can attest to that. If I feel like I can do more, I'm checking in with my coach and I'm making sure that that is a part of my program. Why would I hire him if I didn't trust him? If you have a coach that you don't trust, that you feel like you can go out and do your own thing, then you need a new coach. There's a purpose to everything that you're doing. You might feel like, oh, I'm just going to do this or I'm just going to do that. It's not just this and just that. There's specific reasons that these things are in your program. Maybe it's because, you have a weakness here, you have a weakness there, or you're coming up to a meet and you're trying to peak or you're trying to deload or whatever. And you go and you tweak it and you're deciding that, instead of fucking, triples, you're going to go out there and you're going to pull a bunch of triples and then go pull your heavy single because, oh, I feel so strong today and I think that I can get the PR that I'm planning on getting at the meet anyways because I want to do more at the meet, and now you just gassed yourself out. And then you're going to go into your meet, and that's the fucking part that kills me the most, is people fuck around with their programs and they fuck around with their training and they go balls out, balls to the wall, and they fucking give her every time they're in there. They're hitting PRs, they're lifting heavy because they can, because we're fucking strong. We can. And then they go to their meet and, maybe they go, if they're lucky, they go, 7 for 9 and they miss some of these clutch lifts that they could have easily had if they followed the training program or if they didn't fucking gas themselves out. And then you listen to these long lists of fucking excuses for why they didn't perform well in their meet. There is no excuses at a meet. It's either you performed well or you didn't. If you didn't, you go back, you look at what you did wrong, and you work to make it better. Because they have all the tools to make themselves a great lifter, and they don't stick to a path or a program, and then they wonder why it doesn't work. Because you haven't put any building blocks. You've gone there, you've just thrown it all out there, and there's no foundation to it. As I said, lifting fucking heavy is easy. The mental game is being able to pull yourself back, focus on your form, focus on the program that your coach is giving you, put in the work, keep yourself mentally strong, keep yourself physically sound. Mobility, the neglect for mobility is just insane. Like, these are all mistakes I made in the very, very beginning, but I was very lucky to have people around me to slap me around and be like, listen, stop being a fucking little punk and put the effort into what you're doing, because if you don't, in the long run, you're gonna hit a wall. It's inevitable, especially with things like forms. You're gonna hit a roof where you're not gonna be able to push any further, and it all comes down to the fact that if you have shitty form and you're fucking 5 years down the road laden with injuries and you didn't dial that in and you're now hitting, you can't make it past whatever benchmark you've been looking at. You've been working for the last, 2 years to maybe hit that 500-pound bench or something. And it's just too late. The reason you've been working your ass off for so long, there's just too many mistakes that were made in the beginning. And then you bitch and you complain that things aren't going your way. But you didn't fucking put the building blocks in. Take the time. Be patient. You have your whole entire life ahead of you to build a solid foundation. And from there, you'd be really fucking surprised at how quickly the weights increase. That's just the little bit of the vent that I had today, because I cannot fucking stand listening to people making all these excuses.